Okay, now we're going to start where we left off. Yeah, I'm saying thank you for listening, right? Thank you for listening. Oops. Move this over. Thank you for listening and have a good class. All right? Now, how do I know all this that I'm telling you? Well, I have ADD, Attention Deficit Disorder. I call it Variable Attention Syndrome because I can focus if it's something I want to learn, so I just have to learn how to focus. I nearly flunked out of my first year of university. It took me 9 years to get through college. And the first time I took the SAT, I got a 550 math, 570 verbal, or about 1120. The next time I took the SAT, I got a 1520. That was 720 verbal and 800 math. How did I do it? I spent 3 weeks without TV. I did every problem in the prep book. Do you have to do every problem to make a jump? No. But do you want to take the chance that you're going to skip one of the problems? The idea is that there are about 120 math problems that they can throw at you, just 120 variations. And there's about 30 variations of problems in verbal, and maybe 5,000 vocabulary words. You need to learn at least 1,000 of those words to hope to understand enough of the SAT to score an increase. Just about 80% of verbal. Let's just put that in there. 80% of verbal is vocabulary. If you know the vocabulary, you'll save yourself a lot of time. Remember, this is a game. Do you want to play by my rules or by the rules you invent? It's your choice. C'est à vous de décider. This course has 5 sessions. You don't have to come to any of the sessions. That's your choice. If you come to at least 3 of the sessions, you will get a prize. Anyone who makes all 5 sessions and who completes all of the homework will get an additional prize. If you come and you want to sleep, that's your choice. If you want to talk on your cell phone, c'est votre choix. If you want to ignore the teacher and work on your own section of the SAT book, esta es su, what do we call it? Esta es su decisión. All right? Let's make that really clear. This is not a normal school. I'm sure I could make it into a normal class, but I'm not giving you a grade, so let's not pretend that it's a real class. My name here is Mr. Mack, and I am your SAT prep teacher, but it's almost like tutor, because I run this like one-on-one. There's a group of 30 people, and I move around the class. If a substitute teacher gave you this CD or video, then it's because I'm with my wife in a fabulous location. Just imagine, that's where I am right now. And it's, we have a family emergency possibly, or I'm on business teaching in another state. Does it matter? No. This is all about you. In this short video, I will describe the theories of learning. There's the idea of the baseball coach. It's better to, can you imagine going and hearing a lecture about baseball and seeing a baseball bat but not being able to touch it, and spending a year listening to a guy tell stories instead of actually getting him to show you how to hit it? Baseball coaches are the way we're supposed to teach. You should be asking me to show you how to do problems that you're confused about, and then I should watch you doing similar problems. You shouldn't just watch me. Mistakes are good. Teachers make mistakes. Teachers still make mistakes. They made mistakes and they still make mistakes. So you will see me make mistakes. There are many learning styles, but the SAT only touches 2 of them. There's the analytical and numeric sort of ability to focus, and a linguistic logical, which is a divergent, converge, diverge sort of difference. There's people who are really good with details, who are picky, left brain type people, and then there's the big picture sort of, intuitive right brain people. these are two different ways of learning. There's visual, audio, and movement. That's three different styles that way. I should at least add something to just talking to you right now. I'm just talking to you. But hopefully I'm giving you some visual too for you to hold on to. There's 3D and spatial. It's a special. Space, the final frontier. Spatial. Okay? So, if you have any doubts of how to spell spatial, for some reason they changed it to a T. Isn't that funny? Spatial. Spatial. Interpersonal, intrapersonal. These are the salesmen are really good at that. Everyone should be a salesman, and you should be able to pick up on body language. And interpersonal is just that learning ability. You learn when you are talking with another person. Right now, some of you are not learning because you have to now call somebody to say, hey, there's this jerk who's trying to tell me that I've got to study 120 hours in order to improve my SAT. And then, you can complain with someone, but you're learning because you're talking about it. There's the musical learning ability. I also want to pay tribute to the teachers who made a difference for me. And then you'll understand, gee, there really is a reason why we have these things. I'm going to have you walk around a lot in this course and use something called a parking lot and give you hands-on things. This is all from Donna Elrod, who kind of pulled together what other teachers had already showed me. David Rhodes pointed out that when you have short-term memory, you might remember 10 words today, but in a week, you might be happy to know 2 of those words. The secret is, somewhere along the line while it's falling, maybe after 1 day or 2 days, you look at your list of words again and it pops it up to the 10. And then after a week, do another review, and now you can go to 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks, do another review. You'll still have those 10 words a month from now, but do another review. So it's about 7 exposures, and then you've got it. Sally Robeson at FAU, Florida Atlantic University, she showed me the importance of cooperative learning and using manipulatives. Mano a mano. Manual dexterity. The trainers, there's several very good trainers in Broward County Public Schools who have something they call, they're training sessions. They're just really, really good at what they do. If you don't understand why I mention these people, please make a note and email me at s2314@tmail.com. The reason is stories. If you can link Donna Elrod with walking around, you'll remember you have to walk around in my classroom. If you are just looking at me, you haven't seen some of the things I've hidden around the classroom. It might be something visual, right? One of these kind of things. It might just be a request. Okay, how tall is that? What's the area of that? Okay. Or you can call me at 954-646-8246. My website is teachers2teachers.com. And then there's email at talkinternational@yahoo.com. Make the link. Connect what you know to something that's new. For example, I like to remember that you have to make multiple connections. There's the rule of 7 exposures that we went through to put something from short-term to long-term. Okay. Then there's the rule of 72 to double. You can have money at 4% for 18 years and it will double. Or you can put money at 10% for 7 years and it will double. See? The multiplication table. How well do you know the multiplication table? But I'm just not able to learn math. I don't have the ability. My father can't do math. He's an artist. My gene pool just can't figure it out. I'm not a rocket scientist. Well, in Europe and Asia, people don't gasp when you tell them, oh, I'm a physicist or I'm studying calculus. If you can't do the math, they assume you just haven't spent the time to learn the subject, not that you don't have the ability. The United States, it's about having the right kind of brain. That's what we say. Oh, I just don't have the right kind of brain for that. In Europe and Asia, it's about spending enough time. It's a choice, or getting the right teacher to help you with the subject. That's the brilliant conclusion here. I might not be the right teacher. And I usually am convergent, and I zip right to the main answer, which is okay, and I've had to learn how to diverge. I am visual and musical and 3D. I'm lazy. I hate to read. And it's actually a good thing. I don't read the passage. I read the questions, and then I scan for the answer. Oh, that's not about baseball. It's about the Amazon. And I get the answers quickly. I often don't need to read the entire passage in the SAT. That's the important thing. Remember, this is not a test about understanding a book. That's like the IB or the O-level, A-level, International Baccalaureate, something like this. This is not about learning 10,000 words in another language, which is a lot more difficult. This is not about learning calculus, and the SAT is about finding the answer on the page. They give you the answer. In most questions, the answer is given to you. You just have to select it. But Mr. Mac, when do we get started? Now, I know I'm doing a lot of talking here. I have to stretch to analyze, to use bigger words. I hate reading, and I might not be the right teacher for your learning style, but someone in this room has your learning style. That's the neat thing. And that's why I'm asking you to get to know your classmates. Some of you are saying, hey, I came here to learn how to boost my grade. This is verbal, writing, and math. Why is he singing? Why is he jumping around? A math teacher once told me, I don't use toys or manipulatives. I use the textbook. I keep my classroom simple, one textbook. That person did not have Mrs. Robeson as his trainer. I did. And that's why my class is filled with toys, things to touch, rulers, calculators, paper. I trust that you will touch but not break, and that you will borrow and return. Yes, you can take something home with you, even for a week. Just remember to bring it back. Remember, there's emotional content here. Emotional quotient, like IQ or intellectual quotient, is a lot more useful. You can learn about this by going to 6seconds.org, or it might be 6seconds.com anyway. I call this the Church of Our Lady of Perpetual Learning, and we worship Howard Gardner and a guy named Daniel Goleman. I'm learning with you. Some of the students might be offended by the idea that religion is a set of principles and theories. And I'm saying that a religion has no spiritual truth. And Mr. Mack makes fun of Catholics.